Hello everyone, it's Monika here and welcome to my channel. Today is 5th of October, so it's time for Fancy Fold Craft Challenge. So there are 6 of us taking part in this collaboration. So we've got Monika, Katarina, Jenny, Sabine, Denise and myself. So every 5th of each month at 5 p.m. UK time we're sharing new Fancy Fold. So this month we are making Concertina Pop-Up cards and quite a few different ones on internet, so you can go over to each lady and check out what they've created. I had a look at a video tutorial by Sam Calcott, and she was making 5x7, and because I never done this type of card, so I just needed to find out how to make one. And there are actually quite a few. When I saw the photos, I thought, no, I'm going to do my own version. So I have general idea. I actually sat down, work out my own measurements, and I'm working with card base 5 3/4 inch square, which has a side fold, and you can see that it's a lilac color, which is going to match my mini digital collection, which I going to use for today's video. So you need 5 3/4 inch square card. Then you need a long strip of paper which measures 10.5 by 2.5 inches, and this one needs to be scored at 1 3/4, then 3.5, 5 1/4, 7 inches, then 8 3/4. And you need to do mounting, valley, mounting, valley and mounting. So it's going to look like this. So put that one aside, and then for this inside we need another piece which measures 9.5 inches by 5 3/4, so the same height as our card, but it's going to be slightly smaller. And then we need 2 pieces which measures 2 inches by 1, and we need to score it at 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1 and 1.5, both of them the same, and we need to create like a M shape. So that's not very good. But okay, let me do it. Let me put away that scoreboard, and let me just burnish all those score lines. So let me do it properly, because this is actually quite important. So once you do this, we can work on our mats and layers. So let me just do this one first. That should work. So I need to bring my card base. So this one, as I said, 5 3/4 inch. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to use this brand new, it's like holographic, some people they call it rainbow card, and this is how it's called on Amazon. So I'm going to link that one below the video as well. So this one measures 5.5 inch square, and I'm going to actually use 3 of those mats, 2 on the inside and 1 on the outside. And I don't know if you can see, but on the side, on my left, you can see a little bit of my elements to fussy cut from my mini digital collection, which you can get from Buy Me a Coffee page. As I said, I'm going to link it below the video so you can download it if you want. But if you watch that small collaboration we did in the past few days for the World Card Making Day 2025, if you watch all of the videos from other ladies, from Monika the Quitting Lady, from Katarina and Martha, every one of us prepared like a free digital collection. So if you want to check out that video from yesterday, you will find all those links. So at the front I also have that rainbow card. Oh, I think I've got some glue on my fingers. Let me just try to rub it off. No, it's okay, it's going to be covered anyway. So that's the front, that's the inside, and on the inside I also going to use my digital paper. So this is the background paper I designed, and these are the elements to fussy cut. So I've got some happy birthday just for you, sending hugs, sentiments, and some leaves, and a foliage as well, foliage and some flowers. So if you want, you can have that free of charge from the link below. Let me see how I want my design to go. So yes, that's why I picked that colored cardstock for my card base, because I really wanted to match my digital collection. So you can see those mats and layers, they look really nice. And I hope the other bits will work out really nicely as well. So as always, check out the description box to see other ladies and all the links, and hop over to see how they've created that fancy folds. So this is the Concertina Pop-Up card. So now I can put it aside, and now we're going to work on that smaller card, which, as I said, measures 9.5 inches by 5 3/4, and it's scored at 4 3/4 of an inch. So this one will work with that concertina, and for that I needed to mark myself. Actually, I did it on the reverse, because this way I don't have to rub off that pencil mark. So it measures 2.5 inches. So what I did, I marked with my pencil on one side and on the other side as well. As you can see, I've got tiny mark here. And now I will show you on this side how I did that. You just need to create a line, or if you don't want to do the line, you can actually bring a guillotine, or you can use scissors and just try to cut it. Hopefully I'm not going to mess it up, and this way I can cut both layers together. See, that was very quick and brave. I think I'm going to save it for something else. And let me bring my card. So it will be in the center here, like so. Got a little bit of glue oozing out. But before I attach it, I'm going to actually, maybe what I'm going to do first, I'm going to decorate all those rectangles. So for that, you need 6 pieces of mats and layers. So the mat measures, I'm going to put it here so you can see 2 1/4 by 1.5, and the layer 2 by 1.5. So I've done 5 of them, so I'm going to adhere them just for the speed. Just want you to have all the measurements, and so you don't have to spend too much time watching. I think this one is a bit wonky, but it's fine. So as you can see, it's very quick, and at first you might think that it's really difficult, but it's not. Just need to sit down, switch on some music, get a cup of tea, and follow the instructions. I think it's quite nice fancy fold. And as always, remember that we've got fancy fold Facebook group as well, on which you can share your makes. So if, for example, if you're going to see someone else sharing this fold with different measurements, or maybe different size of the card, which it maybe looks better for you, you can craft along, and then using the hashtag FFC Challenge 2023, because it's when I started that challenge, you can share your make on that Facebook group, even on Instagram if you prefer. So please make sure that you use that hashtag so we can hop over, have a look, and comment under your beautiful make. So I'm just wondering if you ever made this style of card. I love those mats and layers. They make this card pop really nicely. And I was thinking to add a little bit of that design paper and holographic card, but I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking that maybe I just leave it as it is. Let me just see. I still got a few bits and pieces of my design paper, or maybe it would look actually better. Let's see. No, because what let me actually do a dry run. I'm thinking about something. I could actually use my beautiful decoration and add it here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave it plain. So for example, if you're using white card to create your base, maybe you want to add mats and layers, but for this card I feel like I don't need to. So now what I'm going to do, you need to apply glue on one side, and I'm going to do it now. So I'm applying the glue on one side, adhering it to the right, and fold it, apply the glue here, and I can already see that this card will be quite chunky, and close that side. So you can now see it pops really nicely, and this is how it's going to look inside the card. You should be it's best to do this part first and then add it to the center, add it to the inside of your card. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark myself 1 3/4 of an inch. Where's my ruler now? Okay, from the center, 1 3/4 from the center. So I'm going to mark that, and I'm going to turn it over and mark on the other side as well, because for that 1 3/4. Then we're going to add those M's. So I'm going to actually apply it just close to that pencil mark. So you just need to add a little bit of glue, and then you can see that the mark is just by the end of that M, and you have to make sure that it aligns up with your bottom as well. And then we're going to do it on the other side as well. That part, the end, needs to meet with your 1 3/4 mark. And press it. Make sure that everything dries, so you don't have to rush with anything. And then we're going to adhere it in the center. So I'm just trying to see. Yes. So apply the glue on that side. Make sure that it's nice in the center. Line it up. Do not rush. So easy to say, do not rush. Make sure that it's nice and straight. And what I'm going to do before applying glue on the other side, I'm going to close it so I can feel if it actually feels good, that everything is in the center, nothing is sticking out from the top, nothing is sticking out from the bottom. I think nothing. No, nothing. So once you open that, then you can close the other side, and you remember you apply the glue at the last section of that mechanism. So again, apply the glue, and then the best way is to close your card. And you can see that card is really chunky. Let me lift it up. You can see that all that concertina creates like about 1 centimeter. So more than yeah, it's like a half an inch or maybe something like that. Let me see. Yeah, it's almost a half an inch. So you need to consider that. So let me open it. Look at this. Let me see if you can see it. It looks really nice. And the thing is that it comes away from your card. So now it's time to actually add a little bit of glue here at the score line. Just a touch of glue. And then I can close it. And I'm going to keep it closed. And now I'm going to quickly decorate. I actually prepared something for the front of my card. So I created a shaker card. I was inspired by a card I've done yesterday for the World Card Making Day 2025. I've done this DL shaker card using my collection, and I think when I was doing the measurements, I thought I need a belly band, or I was thinking about a ribbon, but then that would add extra bulk to my card, and I thought I would do a belly band. So I had some scraps of papers and I kept them, and I'm thinking now, is it going to work? Yes, should work. So let me put it in the center, roughly in the center. And you just need to use any scraps you have handy. I had those and I think it will work. So I'm going to apply the glue here. I really want it to be quite tight, or maybe I should use double-sided tape. No, I'm going to use my glue. I'm thinking that double-sided tape should be much better, but because it is quite chunky. I have to remember which way to put that. Yes, so I'm going to hold it for a little bit, and I can see now that I think double-sided tape wasn't a great idea. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to grab my red liner tape and I'm going to adhere it. Let me just turn it a little bit so it's easy for me. I'm going to add it here, snip the end, and I'm going to add on this side as well. Oh, I've got some glue. Let's see if this can rub it off. Yes, that rubber is amazing. I love it. So I'm going to add it here, and I think it's so handy to have that red liner tape. And I think I'll add another line just in case. Oh, I'm sorry, there is someone pressing the horn outside, but anyway. So now, before you remove the backing paper, remember that with a red liner tape you need to burnish before removing it. So let me do it quickly. And that backing paper is so static. It's always all over my place. Sticks to my feet and stuff. So yes. Okay, let me actually put it nicely and straight on my grid mat. And it's need to be nice and straight and quite tight. I'm sticking to it. It's going to be covered with yes, and yes, yeah, I can slide it, no problem. Okay, so now I can add that shaker card, shaker box I've done. So you can see that, or let me give you the measurements maybe. So the top measures 4 1/4, and the bottom, let me tell you, 4 3/4. So my card base measures 5 3/4, and the whole shaker measures 4 3/4. So as an inch smaller than my base. Now I just need to add the glue here. Again, trying to see where is the center. Let me just make sure that it's actually in the center. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. but I like it this way. I like when everything is nice and straight. So need to add the glue. So I'm using my magic glue. It's a very strong glue. Hopefully I'm not going to mess this up. So gently. And maybe what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to remove it from my card because I'm scared that I might actually need to grab it. Oh, I think that's better. That's better. And then I can do some decorations at the front. So I had this flower, and let me bring everything what I have. So let me see what else I could use. You know what? I'm thinking to use that bigger flower here. And what I'm going to do not be afraid to snip into your elements. I'm going to cut that, going to bend it a little bit, and I'm going to use my magic glue, and again I'm going to cut on this side. And I was thinking to add a little bit of scissor, but for that I need to switch on my hot glue gun. But let's see, maybe I will not need that. I've got those beautiful tiny flowers which I think are so cute, so maybe I will use them. I think I will need to cut a few more of those flowers, so let me just do this in the front and then I will add some more. Okay, maybe this one is a little bit too big. No, I need the bigger one. So for that I'm going to add a little bit of foam tape, and I think I'm going to add double layer just in case. So I'm going to cut a few more of those flowers and leaves, and then I will decorate the front as well, and I will show you the finished effect because I can see this video is quite long already. So let me cut a few more leaves, and I've got actually those which I used in that previous video, and I'm going to add that these are cut from the same that holographic card. So let me use that before they start to disappear on my desk. Yes, and I think I will add some leaves as well. I'm going to tear that. I'm happy with that. Yes, I love it. And what I always do, probably you can see it now, that I maneuver my leaves. I kind of bend them in the center so they've got more natural look. So I'm going to cut a few more leaves and flowers to decorate the inside of my card, and I will show you the end result. So as you can see, this is my finished Concertina Pop-Up card with a shaker box and a belly band at the front. Lovely papers. I love those colors, and I think I'm really happy with the end result. And so let me show you the inside. As you can see, it's quite chunky as well, but I think for someone very special, look at this. I think it's so pretty. I am so happy with this collection. And when you open it up, as you can see, I added that flower, and I actually use my butterfly punch to cut those butterflies. I don't know who's going to receive this card, so I left it without any sentiment. And if you want, you can actually create like pockets inside here for a tag to write your wishes, or you can write some little messages here on a white piece of card, and I hear that. Look at that, it's so pretty. I hope you can see it from the top, how beautifully it pops. If you don't want to write inside, you still got a lot of space at the back, so you can do that as well. So this is my Concertina pop-up card. Hop over to Monika, Katarina, Jenny, Sabine and Denise to check out what they've created with this month's Fancy Fold craft challenge. And as always, check out our Facebook group to see what other people are sharing. Use the hashtag FancyFoldCraftChallenge 2023 to share your makes. And yes, I hope you like this fancy fold and looking forward to read your comments. If you're new to my channel, do consider subscribing so you're not going to miss any new upcoming videos. And I'm going to bring my beautiful shaker card from yesterday. So if you've missed this video, you can check it out in the previous video how I created that. And of course that free mini digi collection is available on my Buy Me a Coffee page, free for you to download and use. So thank you so much, and I'll see you soon with my next video. Bye for now.